Hi there, today in this video we are learning how to do the prime factor decomposition. So what's the prime factor decomposition is basically, we're going to split the number, whatever the number is, into the prime factors. So to begin with the first example here, we are having a number 180 and we are trying to split 180 into the prime factors. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, we're going to discuss what are the prime numbers because we should know what the prime numbers are before splitting that into the prime factorization. So the prime numbers are the numbers which has only two factors, which is a number and itself. So the prime numbers have got two factors, one and itself. Now I'll be writing the list of the prime numbers, few prime numbers. So the first prime number we'll be having is 2. The next prime number would be 3, then 5, 7, 11, 13 and so on. Now what I'm doing is I'm splitting this 180 into the prime numbers. So I'm going to keep on splitting it until we know that we reach to the stage we are having a prime number. The first, I'm going to find out the factors of 180. So factor means we're going to find out the two multiples which makes 180. So simply I can write down 10 times 18 would make 180. Now from the list of the prime numbers, we know that 10 is not a prime number, 18 is not a prime number because they both goes in a 2 times table. So it means that we need to further split the 10 and 18 into different multiples. Here I'm going to split 10. So the multiple of 10 can be the two numbers would be 2 and 5. To split 18, we could have 6 and 3. Now we see that of these numbers, do we have any prime numbers? And anytime if I would have a prime number, I'm going to circle it with the black color. So I know 2 is a prime number, then 5 is a prime number, and then 3 is a prime number. So the 6 is not a prime number. It means still we have to split 6 in a form so we would have the prime numbers. So 2 and 3 make 6. And now we know that 2 and 3 are making a prime numbers. They both are the prime numbers. So now we have got 180 written in the prime number form. Now here at this stage, sometimes the examiner asks to write it down in a product form, or sometimes they ask to write it down in the index form. Here I'm going to show you first the product form and then I'm going to show you the index form. So the product form is when you write down all the prime numbers with the multiplication sign. So we're having 2 2s, then we're having 2 3s and we are having 1 5. So this is a product form. Now I'm going to show you how you can write the same thing in the index form. Index means is to write it down in the power form. To write down these prime factors into the power form, so you see that you have got 2 2's, so you write down 2 and there would be a power square on it. Then we see that how many 3's we are having, so you write down 3, and because we are having 2 3's, we're going to write down power 2 again. There's only 1 5, so it would be by just itself. Now I'm going to show you the same thing with another example. So we are trying to do the decomposition of a number 75. We are trying to split the number 75 into its prime factors. So I'm going to make a tree for it. And I'm going to find out the multiple which is going to make 75. So here we know that 5 times 15 makes 75. I'm going to circle the prime number. Again, I'm writing down the list of the prime numbers here. So it's 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11, 13. These are the first few prime numbers. Now we're going to see that is 5 a prime number? Yes, 5 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle it. 15 is not a prime number because it is divisible by 3, it is divisible by 5. So it means we have a chance to split 15 more. So we get to the stage where it gives us the prime numbers. When you try to split 15, you do 3 times 5 makes 15. So now we see that 3 and 5 are both the prime numbers. We circle both of them. And we write down the final answer in the product form as well as in the index form. To write down the answer in the product form, so we have got 3 times 5 times 5. To write down the answer in the index form, which would be 3 times 5. And because we're having two lots of 5, so I'm going to write down square on 5. Here's the next example on prime factor decomposition, and we are having this time number 120. I'm going to split this 120 into the prime factors. So I'm going to start with the multiples. So it's going to be, the first one could be possibly 12 times 10 makes 120. We know that 12 and 10, they both are divisible by 2, so none of them is a prime number. So it means we need to split both the numbers more. When you split 12, you get 2 times 6 makes 12 and 2 times 5 makes 10. Now I'm going to circle the prime number. So we have got a prime number 2. 6 is not a prime number because still it's divisible by 2 and 3. The next is 2 is the prime number and 5 is the prime number. So now we have to split 6 more. So the 6 can be written as 2 times 3 would be 6. And now we know that 2 and 3 are the prime numbers. So we have got all of the numbers written as the final stage of the prime numbers. So the decomposition of 120 in the product form would be, we are having 3 2's, so 1, 2 and 3. And then we are having just 1 3 and 1 5. To check your answer, when you multiply these numbers together, you'll come out with 120. So this whole thing is equals to 120. You could be asked to write it down in the index form. So it means you'll be writing the same numbers in a power form. So we're having a number 2 and we're having 1, 2, 3. 3 lots of 2. So there would be a 3 in the power here. Then we have got 1, 3 and 1, 5. This is the last example we are having on the prime factorization. And this time we are having a number 330. Let's see that how we can split 330 into the two multiples. So we know that this 330, clearly we see that it goes in a 3 times table. So I'm writing it down as 3 times 110. Now from here we know that 3 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle it. This 110 is an even number, so it means it's not a prime number because it is divisible by 2. I'm going to split further this 110 and I can rewrite this in the form of 2 times 55. Having that 2 times 55, I'm going to check these two numbers. So this 2 is a prime number. I'm going to circle it. 55, we know that it is divisible by 5, so it's not a prime number. It means we need to split 55 more, and that would be 5 times 11 would be 55. Now we are having everything to be written in a prime numbers form. We're going to write it down in a product form. So the product form would be writing all the prime numbers with the multiplication sign. We always write down the numbers in order. So I'm going to start with 2. Then we're having the next number is 3. Then is 5 and 11. Now if they ask you to write this down in the index form, it would still be the same because we cannot change any of the number in the power form. Each number is different to another one. So index form would stays the same. What's the product form is, which is 2 times 3 times 5 times 11. And again, when you multiply these numbers together, you'll come out with 330. So here's the explanation on the prime factorization, and I hope you have found this video useful.